In this next topic, Tesla full self-driving version 12.5 rollout on hardware 3 has failed. Interesting headline. Let's talk about it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. Shout out to Electric for posting this. Tesla full self-driving version 12.5 rollout on hardware 3, which is older Model 3s, has failed. What happens next? And so taking a look at this article, it does get pretty interesting. And this is kind of the tough thing with buying a Tesla vehicle. The older vehicles, the older technology, they do become obsolete. Like if you didn't know what was before hardware 3, there was hardware 2.5 and so on and so forth. And hardware 3 was like a 2019 to 2020 all the way to like 2023 Model 3 and Model Y. And so hardware 4 is what it's on right now, is what gets full self-driving on every single update now. But hardware 3, it seems like the rollout for it has been stalled. Some people got it and then it's stalled after that. And, you know, leave it to Tesla. They're already talking about hardware 5, but they're not calling it hardware 5. They're calling it AI 5. So that's kind of the unfortunate thing with Tesla full self-driving type of things like this. It's just like an iPhone. Every year it doesn't become necessarily obsolete, but at a certain point when it gets old enough, it doesn't get updates for that. And what's really interesting with this article was this top comment from Peter Rust. He says, I received 12.5 on my 2017 hardware 3 vehicle about 2 weeks ago, and it is a failure. The car will not drive at the speed you set. It will fall well below the true speed limit and cause a backup of cars behind you. This happens on clear, straight 2-lane roads with speed limits of 30 and 50 miles an hour. You have to keep hitting the accelerator to get the car up to the limit, but then it keeps slowing down and not speeding up. It does not respond to increasing the max speed, allowing the car to drive at the speed it does not seem to fix in the situation. Full self-driving on hardware 3 is unusable, and this is probably why they halted the rollout. And so if you're shopping for used Teslas or even buying new ones, you know, I see people that post like, hey, this Tesla's got full self-driving, you really want it, or, you know, build some sort of value in that. But really, I don't assign too much value on full self-driving at all. It used to be that if a vehicle had full self-driving on a used Tesla, it was valued at maybe $2,000 more. At this point, I think it's just like, oh, that's cool, it has it. Maybe I'll give you an extra $1,000. And if it's got it, great. If it doesn't, I don't really care either at all, because unless you have the latest and greatest Model 3 or Model Y, if Model Y has hardware for it, it doesn't really matter any sort of difference. And you're limited by whatever updates that actually come out at the end of the day. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. If you got an older Tesla on hardware 3, do you have the 12.5 update? And how's it going for you in that new update with that?